Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, capturing Purification Plant, blue team. We have some Ordo Malleus. First up, spbtvtower as a brother captain. A durable hero walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Angel is an Eversor assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death, and alongside them, E1's Inquisitor, an offensive hero with powerful control, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. On the red team, some Eldar shenanigans are afoot. We have Kingme 200 and a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control, alongside Venjitron's Farseer, support hero fighting in melee, some powerful control and support. This is the Exarch's elite scheme. And rounded off the teams, SchmusCriminal and a Mekboy, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets and rocking the Freebooters DLC on the west side against the brother captain, I guess. Yep, there he is. East side is Eversor versus the Warp Spider Exarch, who's already got himself in a bad spot there, which means Eldar get pushed back on this engagement most likely, even with those other Guardians, because you've got to commit the Howling Banshees here, and they just get destroyed. Focused down by the Stormtroopers, Eversor and the Strike Squad in there. Very good special. Eversor's popped the Cyclone already as well, boosting damage and damage resistance, costing him health. And the Banshees could not deal with that. Decent amount of damage onto the Eversor from the double Guardians. I think here comes the Warp Spider Exarch again. Could maybe tie up the Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are... oh, they're trying to bash the power, I think. Yeah, it got noded, look. Eversor pushed very far forward. Howling Banshees coming back out with 3 models. I'm not sure that's a good idea, ladies. Eversor goes back in. Strike Squad go back in. They need to be very careful here. The Howling Banshees getting knocked over again. I think they're going to make it, maybe. One model gets away, I believe, yes. Let's check out the mid. Farseer in amongst some guardsmen. Howling Banshee's already off the field here, I suppose. Sentinel is being repaired. Taking a bunch of damage, but should be okay now. There's only a single Guardian squad here to shoot it. Another special from the Farseer. I'm not sure where the Inquisitor is. Looks like they're coming back onto the field. On the west side, brother captain smacking some sluggers around, taking a bunch of damage. Is it double shooters? It is indeed double shooters for SchmusCriminal. Don't expect any war at this stage. Stormtroopers are safe, and a Purgation squad on the field now for spbtvtower. Shuriken up for Venjitron. Oh, Farseer went down. Hammer of the Witches perhaps finished her off there. Sentinel, oh, thinks about the decap, sees the Shuriken, backs the hell away. Howling Banshees do lots of damage to Sentinels too, but of course they are often stomped while doing so. Mekboy gets a quick revive and a little bit of support from the Orks coming in with the flank here. Inquisitor leaves, and the Howling Banshees now have the aspect of fleetness for Venjitron. For Kingme, no aspect. Kicking off now. Purgation in there, doing some good flaming damage to those Howling Banshees, suppressing them too. Grenade thrown in by the Stormtroopers. And here comes the brother captain. Can pop We Are the Hammer here. Gives some defensive bonuses and speed bonuses, and also gives him a little bit of splash damage, which helps against early melee squads especially. Sluggers now have burners, boosting their health, giving them some power weapons, and of course some burners to deal with generators. Might be able to get onto it here actually, SchmusCriminal. Bit of support from Venjitron. Farseer's healing up. Is she? No, she's capping. Over on the east side, Interceptors on the field now for Angel. Perhaps he's going to get the Eviscerator Axe and buff them with Kill Zone. Getting close maybe to dropping another model here. Well, a first model. Hadachan Devils helping them out for E1. Also, with spotters on the field, quite a heavy and broad tier 1 for E1. Also popped the crossbow bolt pistol in her hand. Has the Inquisitor. Use that to deal with the Howling Banshees, or maybe the Sluggers if they run into them. And we are going to see a full gen bash here. Can they get the node as well? Looter's running interference with that setup weapon, suppressing the Stormtroopers. They're trying to get close with a grenade, aren't they? Brother Captain coming in now. They can't shoot both. There's the grenade, and the brother captain gets in too. Purgation trying to get some suppression going in to focus down the sluggers here. Good special from the brother captain. Strat squad coming in, throwing out the banishment. And now they can fight the sluggers. Good special there. Artillery spotters helping out from the mid with a smoke shell, messing up the range of those looters. Mekboy's getting quite low. So are those stormtroopers though, he almost wiped them actually. Inquisitor levels to 2. Now she's on the VP. Can they possibly push through to power here? Banshees are already there. We've got double war banners in this kind of awkward place to hit from SchmusCriminal to get those long-term buffs. A little bit sloppy there from Venjitron. Just ran the Banshees right into the Sentinel and got stomped. Was maybe trying to bait it out and run, but didn't work out. Kingme's Banshees getting low, using their war shout. It's a nice grenade though, eh? Killed one of the strike squad and they're incredibly low here. Warp Spider teleports after them, but then leaves them. Went after the operatives there. Needs to stop and shoot, I think. There we go. Kills one. Can he teleport again? He can. But they survive. They barely survive. And I think the Warp Spider Exarch's going to go down on retreat here. Yep, operatives helping to take him down. Those guys down to 3 models now. But they're more powerful models than before. They have the same health and DPS across them. Generally a good thing. It means it's more difficult to lose a model, but you do lose more of your damage when you do lose a model. Nice grenade on the strat squad again. They're not liking those grenades. That was from Venjitron. Brother Captain's getting stuck in, level 2. Mekboy keeps the capping going by teleporting around, very tricksy. What's this? Oh, that's the Warp Spider downed. Webway on the east side has been spotted by these operatives. And they have their fallback plan. They can get a sergeant up in tier 2, gives them a melter bomb, right? This gives them the incendiary grenade. And I think they start with a smoke or something. They've got many things they can chuck. Pockets full of stuff. Howling Banshees with Guardians. I'm not sure you should run in here, ladies. The Strat Squad and the Operatives and the Interceptors are all there. Good grenade again. Maybe that's the whole point. Oh, these Banshees are going to wipe on the incendiary grenade. I'm thinking maybe he throws the Banshees in to get them to all blob up and then chucks the grenade, but in that instance the Banshees couldn't get away afterwards. Going to see a revive here. Mekboy coming all the way over to revive the Warp Spider Exarch. West side is turning red. Farseer levels 2 and has her Spirit Stones. 352 to 470. Shuriken keeps these guys away. Brother Captain doesn't want to try and charge all that way, I don't think, with Banshees around especially. They're taking shots, though. Venjitron throws guide on the Shuriken, but isn't paying attention to his Howling Banshees. Are they going to wipe? The Banshees wipe. That is a very sloppy loss from Venjitron. Not sure what else he was looking at. Maybe he was distracted in real life by something. Here come a bunch of Orks. Fully upgraded shooters. I think one of them is fully upgraded. Crossbow bolt pistol in there. And there's a big We Are the Hammer. Look at everything that was affected by it. Can they get these war banners down? You see they just got activated there. That buff will last 30 seconds now. It's like a 5% buff or something to damage and speed. Not huge, but it's long lasting. And I guess it stacks up, which is why it's got 2 of them. Wraith Lord queued up for Kingme. And on the way now. Venjitron, who likes to use Wraith Guard, has got one on the way. Weird Boy coming in for SchmusCriminal. He won the last player into tier 2. Looks like Angel lost his Stormtroopers at some point, never replaced them. Oh, Brother Captain's got his hammer now. Nemesis Demon Hammer with that demolishing strike to stun nearby enemies, such as a bunch of sluggers perhaps. Takes down the banners, and they're getting a full bash, I think. And maybe even a decap. Yes, decap is in. Can they get all the gens though? Wraith Guard doing their thing. Those Wraith Cannons, really bad news. I think they friendly fired the generator down actually. Might see these guys grab a Psy Cannon in tier 2. But I think that Incinerator is doing work still. Crippling volley on those Eldar fellas. Sentinel trying to... No, he's not. Yeah, he's decapping, isn't he? Didn't get the little thing above his head. Maybe the Sentinel doesn't have that. On the east side, Warp Spider Exarch is level 2 with improved warp generator. No Son of Heavy Gauge against the Eversor. Maybe he's waiting for Entangling Web instead. Or maybe just wants to smack stuff with a Wraith Lord. Wraith Lord's really bad news for all of this stuff, basically. Eversor can get a Melter, and so can these guys, or a Crack Grenade or something. Eversor's also got his fancy Neuro Gauntlet out. And there's that Wraith Lord. Got a wrist-mounted Shuriken Catapult, can also get a shoulder-mounted cannon of some kind. Either a Bright Lance or a Shuriken, and the Autarch's on the field. Can she survive, though? Often she drops in, looks all fancy, jumps around a bit, and then dies. Wraith Lord is there, though, getting big hits, and there's the Melter Bomb from the Operatives going in. Look at that backhand. Autarch's really low, you know. She is actually going to die. Unbelievable. Completely forgot that the Autarch was there, I'm not sure. Wraith Lord gets some good kills, though. Look at that. Chunk of XP already. Back over on the west side. There's that Warp Vomit, which is really bad news for SPBTVTower's big infantry army. And there's a Terminator Librarian in. Towards the mid. Wraith Guard getting shut down by... Oh, a Manticore Strike. And Artillery Spotter Flare was in there, I think. No, they have smoke, don't they? That was just a flare from the Manticore. There's the smoke. It's a nice tool to have against the Wraith Guard. Autarch dropping in now for Venjitron. Can this one survive a bit longer? Trying to take out that Sentinel. Level 3 Sentinel with those missiles is doing some good damage. 281 to 445. Big VP lead for the red team at this stage. There's Sanctuary. Blocking pathing against those Orks. Nice area denial for the Terminator Librarian. Can use it to defend your ranged squads. Like, you get multiple purgation or something in there. Sluggers getting through, though. Almost wiping. In fact, they did wipe out the Strike Squad. That was painful for SPB. Can they get the Terminator Librarian? Oh, Mekboy's here. Uses Call the Boys to get the kill. Beautifully done by SchmusCriminal. Terminator Librarian down, Strike Squad down. Now SPB needs to try and recover. And down goes the Wraith Lord. Was so far forward. Look at this. Did he lose control of it? There is a bug in Dawn of War 2 where you can lose control of your walker vehicles. And it seems to affect Wraith Lords and Carnifexes more than others. And the Avatar as well. But the Catachan Devils Sarge with the Melter Gun there you saw. Over on the west side again. But the Captain's going to go down. Was he just about to do his... Oh, look at that special. Sorry, that sync kill. He's just about to do his Demolishing Strike there, maybe. Seemed to be in the middle of a weird animation when he died. Rhino on the way for SPB. Mekboy can get an anti-vehicle weapon. Weird Boy also does decent anti-vehicle damage. These guys can get a beamy Death Gun as well. So it may be threatened quite quickly. Inquisitor goes for the revive. Taking a bunch of Daka to the face. There it is, though. Almost level 5. Brother Captain's level 3 has the Unending Purge. 247 to 445 on the VPs. Keeping that 2-1 up are the red team then. What is this? Some power bashing Ordo Malleus, fellas, is what that is. They might get a full bash there, actually. Kingme can't do much with double Guardians and the weapon team. Just get jumped. And then the Eversor runs in, and then what do? Rhino's going to go down. Yeah, look at that guided Wraith Guard. I think it was caught off by the range that they had. That Rhino didn't do much. I don't think it even had the additional weapon on it. Sentinel's getting repairs. It's level 4. Ah, the missiles hit the Rhino's wreck, though. That might be a decent hit. Not bad. Incendiary shell dropped in by the spotters. Yeah, E1's going to need to really assist SPB here. He's still got Purgation. Got the Brother Captain. Interceptors on the way, maybe in response to that Wraith Guard. But can they really go toe-to-toe with these almost level 3 sluggers with their Nob Leader? Brother Captains need to keep an eye on those fellas. But he's down to 200 odd hit points here. Looks like the east side power's being bashed. by the Eldar. Well done, Kingme. I mean, the Shuriken has gone down. We're still able to get onto the power. Any sign of war gear for the Warps? Better no. Still no heavy gauge or entangling web to help against that little melee blob that Angel has. Has assault armor, has the melter bombs. Did not get the fancy axe that I was looking for. Interceptors teleporting in. Sluggers are right there though. Weird Boy just foot of gawked onto the VP, look. Does he have Warp Vomit available? They killed the looters, but now they need to leave and they can't. They can't teleport out. Are they going to get wiped? The Justicar gets away. He's got a power sword, or maybe it's a force sword or something. It does power melee damage. 178 to 445 on the VPs. Eversor doing some forward capping, leveling to 5 as well. Can now get onto the VP maybe? No, he wants to fight something. Or maybe steal that power. Interceptors getting in there. These are Angel's interceptors, I think. Yeah, they are. Did some good work in there. Need to get onto the Wraith Guard before they take any volleys, if possible. There's Demolishing Strike. Stunning those sluggers. Can now hit them freely. Doesn't last as long as the insanely good Warp Vomit, of course. Level 3 Weird Boy here. 169445. Interceptors did not like all that. So they're off. But can the Brother Captain get the cap here? I don't think so. Doesn't like the duck up. Leaps. Yeah, I think the Eversor was trying to take this power. Maybe E1 can get it. There's that crippling volley. Kingme's in tier 3. I think you just see a council here, right? To fight Angel's army. Try to support them the best you can. 165 to 445. Foot of Gork again, just terrifying. Big damage, knockback, and a stun on that. Such a cool ability. Sentinel gets away alright. Or maybe not. Why did I say that? I survived, see, it's fine. Everything's fine. Farseer now has her fancy singing spear. 77-ish DPS, heavy melee. And that will go up, of course, because she's leveled. And that rune armor's in. SPB gets some operatives to help recover. Has tons of red. Might be looking for tier 3 drop paladins here. Angel's also in tier 3 with huge amounts of resources. And red. He can't drop paladins though, of course. Could get some Grey Knight Terminators. Might be worth it. Flash kits are up for SchmusCriminal though. Seer Council is indeed on the way for Kingme. I think it's the way to go. Keep them with their power melee Witchblades for now. Eversor now switching to Onslaught Injectors. Operatives. Wow, they're level 3. They've done well. Is it going to kick off on the west side? What was that? What was that? I'm not sure when the Manticore went down, but it did go down. Well, maybe that was just a spotter shell, I think. The heavy mortar cannon. Onslaught Injectors are in. Was recently buffed. Used to be 0.25 speed per tier, now it's 0.4. Just saw the Inquisitor use Bergatus and then died. It's a good rocket run though. That is a pretty good rocket run. And she should get revived right there. Bergatus set up the rocket run, so I think it was worth doing. Weird Boy still being an absolute menace. But the blue team pushed through. I mean, it took a nuke, but they have pushed through here. Or have they? Foot of Gork again. He casted it when he was retreating, it looked like. Maybe he retreated just after. All those guys get the hell out. E1 needs to be careful about blobbing up like that, but it's difficult not to. When you're trying to shoot the same target, you tend to stand in the same spot. Brother Captain gets a good revive. Level 4. Is someone going to cap? Oh, these spotters are capping. Level 3 spotters, eh? What's this, though? The Warp Spider Exarch doing Warp Spider Exarch things. Teleports through and decaps. There's that Seer Council. Already have a bunch of XP. But now we see Grey Knight Terminators with power melee splash damage halberds. They'll be a big threat to those Seer Council. Especially with everything else here. They took down the Eversor, though, look. 121, 445 on the VPs. Blue team have the west side, but for how long? flash kits start to explode stuff. That was the psych out grenade by the interceptors there, draining energy. Nice tool to have against the Mekboy and against the Weird Boy. Oh, there's Entangling Web, I think. Yep. Really messed up those fellas. And the anti-grav grenade, but uses it on his own Seer Council erroneously. Also have a group teleport, so might see some big Seer Council flanks. Avatar up for Venjitron, super unit for Eldar, providing awesome buffs to allies around him. He's also really powerful in combat. And there's a Baneblade for E1. I was expecting maybe the Stormlord, because it's all infantry basically. Even the Avatar has super heavy infantry armor. Just lots and lots of hit points. 116 to 442. 350-ish VP lead now. Here's the off-map Vindicare support revealing all enemies to the blue team momentarily. Avatar gets melted, does the Wailing Doom. He's quite vulnerable to plasma and power melee and stuff, of which there's plenty here. Another melter. That time from the Eversor himself, I think, and there's an Eldritch Storm. And a Purgatus. That looked awesome. There's the Baneblade also. Can they get the Avatar down pretty quickly? They might be able to. Is the Eversor in there? I don't think the Eversor's in there. No, he's running off, look. But the Grey Knight Terminators are chasing him. They've given up the chase, though. He probably still had like 500 hit points. Did a ton of damage, though, to him. 82 to 442 on the VPs. Blue team retaking the west side, but the captain's going to get revived here, level 5 he is. Inquisitor hits level 6. That Purgatus is pretty vital for these fights, I think, coming up. Demolisher Cannon shot. And the Twin Linked Heavy Bolters are suppressing stuff. Big heal goes through from the Spirit Stones, though. And I think the Wraith Guard were using the Wraithbone heal thing there. Maybe? Oh, Brother Captain's going to go down. Uses Demolishing Strike, but goes down. Was he killed by Wraith Guard melee attacks there? Maybe it was the Farseer. Meanwhile, Warp Spider Exarch doing his thing. Oh, until he got shotgunned in the face. Level 4 Catechins, eh? They've done a lot. Got improvised explosives here. The Warp Spider actually went down. The Seer Council okay. They are retreating. Going to see another Avatar here. Avatar alongside Seer Council is quite scary. But the Seer Council buff damage resistance around them. The Avatar buffs like a whole bunch of stuff around them. Paladins are up. Unique to the Brother Captain. Heavy melee Demon Hammers just used their teleport, though. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. Just got warp vomited. These guys can't retreat, remember. I think only one of them is hit by the vomit, though. Other fellas still hammering away. Got that inspiration on kill, of course. Although it doesn't affect other Terminator variants, you notice that the Grey Knight Terminators don't have that yellow buff circle. They're not impressed. They're not as impressive as others. Stealing power in the mid. 75 to 399. Can the blue team hold on? Baneblade is up on the west side with repair, bunker support. And E1 still has double guardsmen to repair it too. Nob squad on the way for SchmusCriminal. Gonna have 2 avatars and the Nob squad to deal with. Inquisitor does have Purgatus. Oh, but no longer has the crossbow bolt pistol. It's got an Inferno pistol. I'd probably keep the crossbow up for that utility, especially when you see that Nob squad. Meanwhile, kicking off towards the east side. A bunch of Ordo Malleus fellas against the Seer Council. He's got Incinerate on them. Is that going to wipe them? It lifts them in the air, does damage over time. I think they made it out. This fella made it out. Energy burst on the Guardian squad now. Eversor's level 6, ready to roll. I think they got saved. Was there an anti-grav grenade in there, maybe? Here's the Wailing Doom. Some decent hits, but it's going to be a lot of damage on this guy again. I think he's going to be fine, though. Started moving a bit earlier than the other one did. Blue team pushing through. Baneblade moving up on this side. There's that Avatar now healed up. And there's the Nob squad with their power melee. Huge choppers. Need to get the hammers to get heavy melee. and threaten the Baneblade. Oh, is this Avatar done for? He just got melted again. And I hear the Psy Cannon of the Grey Knight Terminators. And there's an Orbital. I assume from Angel. Yeah. Look how much red SPB has. Despite using the Paladins. Needs to be using Canticle of Absolution and Mind Blades a bit more, I think. So that's the Orbital. I don't think it achieves all that much. Seer Council is still trying to fight. And they've gone for their heavy melee spears. They should have kept the power melee ones. IO Meltdown in for the Eversor. That damages all nearby units. Also drains the Eversor's health. But he's put hyper metabolism on to counteract that. Any escape? There's the vulnerability from hyper metabolism, but I think he's far enough away. What about his Grey Knight Terminators though? They throw up the Incinerate, but they're so far from home. And the Mekboy tosses them around. They are going to wipe. Indeed they are. What's going on towards the mid though? All sorts of shenanigans. Looks like Battle Rights active from the Brother Captain. Indeed it is, from the Mantle of Terror. Avatar is going to go down, I think. Gets a good hit at the end though. Yeah, Baneblade shoots him down. With help from, well, everything. Level 2 operatives for SPB. Angel not happy with the Orks assisting over there. Orks will fight anything at any time. More flash kits for SchmusCriminal. Vindicare Assassin for Angel. He's got tons of resources as well. Perhaps a Land Raider Crusader would be worth it. Especially since it's got those Psy Cannons these days. It's a pretty awesome upgrade for that thing. 75 to 274. Gonna see a Mega Rumbler. There it is, a Rumbling. Messing up the Baneblade. Letting the Nob Squad get on it with those big hammers. Momentum building. Manticore Strike comes in to try and save the Baneblade. Avatar gets a swing. And now a stab. And there's Judgment. She's judging the Avatar. Level 7 Inquisitor. Rocks coming in from SchmusCriminal. Gonna get some big hits. 75, 264 on the VBs. And the Avatar finish it off. 11 hit points. One more swing will do it. Is it gonna survive? There's the Wailing Doom. It gets it. Avatar goes down, but it got the Baneblade. E1 just purchases another one. The Baneblade on order. Red team have the west side, though that took up a lot of time and effort for the blue team to try and defend that. Who's down over here? Oh, the Warp Spider, innit? Energy Burst on the Seer Council. Into an Eldritch. Trying to catch those guys chasing the Seer Council there to try and get the decap. Desperation moves from the Eldar. Improvised explosives going off. There's still 2 Seer Council alive. Oh, now 1. And now they're gone. 48 to 264. Blue team are taking the west side. Can they defend their natural though? Eldar on it again. Fire Prisms coming through. Got Dark Creepers up for Venjitron as well. What is this? Oh, it's another Mega Rumbler. Just amazing disruption from this thing. Manticore backs the hell away. 46 to 264. They have blasters up. Yep, blasters on both the flash kits. Baneblade number 2 almost up. Paladin still doing really well. And look at the float from Angel. Over 2,000 rec, over 600 powers, not spending it. Seems like now's the time to spend it there, bud. Down to 46 VPs. Level 9 Eversor, look at him charging through. Immediately gets Fire Prismed, activates the Psychon, oh, and then runs away. Weird Boy tossing those flash kits to safety there. With his bigger brains. There's Holy Grounds. A nice new effect for it. It's much more distinct with regards to the radius of it. That's from the Paladins. Speeding up allies, slowing down enemies. Big area as well. Look at the slowdown on those guys now. Still going. 46,244. There we go. Angel's purchasing Grey Knight Terminators, spending some of his resources at least. Bash gets bursting things down. There's a foot of Gork. Does Schmooze have another Rocks? It might be. Cooldown might be up for the Rocks. Manticore Strike going in. Huge fight brewing on the west side. Looks like the Orks have backed off it a little bit. Fire Prism's getting some good shots from a long way away. Okay, Orks are going back in. I think they just wiped the Strike Squad or something in there. Wraith Guard coming in now. And there's that shockwave thing from the Paladins. Nob Squad on the Baneblade. Wraith Guard on the Baneblade too. Did it push a bit too far up there? There's also a Bright Lance. Getting shots. Rocket Run now. And the Rocks. And down goes the Baneblade. It was hit by the Fire Prism. I think it pushed up too much. It could have shot plenty of stuff from back here. 46 to 198. An Autark jumping in to try to get a decap of all things. Paladins are almost wiped. The last fella teleports away and survives. Oh, it's a medical bunker. It's not a repair bunker. Fire Prisms are doing really well being kept to maximum range here. Inquisitor level 9. Looks like she's maybe trying to go after it. It just got melted. Got some operatives here. More Grey Knight Terminators coming in for SPB. Eversor hit level 10. Is he trying to melt to that Fire Prism? No. He's not going to fight the Sluggers. Operatives are capping. Oh, he's going to revive. Okay. Going to get that brother captain back. Operatives having to flee using that little bit of a flashbang as they retreat there. And they can break their own retreats, but those guys maybe need some healing. What does E1 go for here? I think you get another Baneblade and just keep it the hell back. Or do you like double Lehman Russ or something? But then you'd need to get... probably need to get Executioners. And it could be hard to manage that. Decent Manticore Strike in the back there. The Fire Prism is being judged. There's that Battle Rights heal. Can reinforce off this bunker now. What is this? Warp Spider's thinking about the VP maybe. Catechans are lying in wait though. Infiltrating because they're idle. And there's that Vindicare with Turbo Penetrator rounds loaded in. Should be using, there we go, Exodus rounds for infantry. Something's decapping. Is it commandos? No, there's no commandos up. Oh, it's just a Mekboy. Big fight here. Paladins, brother captain, a bunch of Orks, and look how long they are stunned by the Warp Vomit. That is insane. That is so strong. Shockwave goes out. Brother captain levels 2 watts to 8. Paladins survived. They did survive. The Nob Squad, I think, also got away. Yep. 42 to 151. Mayhem at the end here. Red team trying to brute force this win through. Fire Prism just got melted. They're trying to get it down with some basic melee. There we go. Got it. Got that Psychic on the Terminators too that can threaten vehicles. Weird Boy runs. That was a good push by the blue team. They're taking the west side back. Oh, what is all this? Warp Spider down. Here's the Mekboy now with some mega rumbling. They're trying to shotgun blast him, I'm sure, but they're getting knocked all over the place. Here comes the brother captain. There's a shotgun blast. And there is another Baneblade. Mekboy got a decap. I think it was worth. Demolisher Cannon goes in, knocks some Catechans flying. Little bit of friendly fire in the Imperium sometimes, perhaps. Blue team still have that central power. Massive power float for basically everyone. Another avatar on the way for Kingme. Where are those Dark Creepers? Where have they been? Got some XP. Also, they have the Star Shot Launcher in hands for anti-large target stuff. There's Incinerate on an Ob Squad. Takes a while to cast it though, eh? They took some damage doing that. Purgatus, Eldritch Storm, a Vortimer Razorback now for Angel. Good damage to all targets. Doesn't want to get caught in melee by a Nob Squad though. Orbital, and I think there's a Manticore in there too. 21 to 120. What is this? That is Operative Squad getting some cheeky capping. Avatar's not happy with it. And they promptly retreat. Sword is the size of all three of them put together. Seer Council on the way for Venjitron. Schmooze, I think, has another rocks in him. Perhaps. Where's that Baneblade now? Looks like it's been a bit more defensive here. Avatar has a look at the west side. He can't decap stuff, of course. But he can have a look. Is he going to regret that look, though? There's a Wailing Doom. Holy Grounds goes in. Melter Bombs, I think it's just done for. Avatar goes down. That was not a good look for you to have. Guardians may be looking for that central VP again. Catechins are still here. Warp Spider Exarch still down. Seer Council also for Kingme. There's some good duration out of that Holy Grounds, eh? Eldar. Getting a bit too close to stuff. Not sure what these Guardians are doing. Are they retreating? 21 to 53 on the VPs. 2 to 1 for blue. Can they hold on? I think this aggression through them is a good idea. Don't want to invite them onto you on the west side because then you invite nukes onto you. Manticore. Getting some good hits back there. Now a Primaris Psycho on the way for E1. Good shout, I think. Down goes the Brother Captain. Grey Knight Terminator trying to leave. Paladin's still in there. Eversor still in there. Must be doing huge amounts of damage. Must be over 100 power melee. I think level 10 heroes do 33% more melee damage. Yeah, so he'd be over 100 DPS at this point. I think that's right. Unless things have changed. Mekboy trying to Mega Rumbler. Looks like it was knocked back in the middle of it. And there's that Vindicator. Doing some work. He's level 2. 21 to 19. Have the blue team done enough here? You know, I think they might have. Eldar just don't have the numbers to compete here, I don't think. They can't compete with this many units. Even though they have Seer Council, I don't think it's going to be enough. Dark Creepers coming back out as well. Oh, and both of their heroes are down. It's going to be very difficult. Down to 8 VPs now. I think the blue team have done enough. Only took 3 Baneblades, but they got there. And it's a victory for the blue team. Well played indeed. What an awesome game. Eversor goes down at the end, exploding spectacularly. Level 10 Brother Captain for SPB. Level 10 Inquisitor. We know the Eversor's level 10. What about these fellas? Level 4 Warp Spider. Level 5 Farseer. And a level 10 Mech. Was that the difference? Did the blue team just use their heroes better all in all? Eldar heroes struggle to have that kind of impact kind of thing. Another Terminator Librarian at the end too. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. What an awesome game. Pretty close. Pretty epic. I'll see you guys in the next one.